This piece was originally written in 1992 actually. During that time, the comforting woman, the word comforting woman was a big issue in Korean society. I watched a documentary on TV about the comforting woman and some tragic events during the imperialism. But the very end of the document, there was a Japanese novelist. He had an interview with crime. He insists to Japanese government and Japanese people to apologize to Korean people, especially for the comforting woman. It was a very emotional thing for me. Then I thought I might need to write something based on this kind of event.
Yes.
I'm not talking about just blame the Japanese people or Japanese government, but I'm more deeply talking about the humanity. The people and all humankind has to be communicated and has to be reconciled.
Yes.
I selected the musical theme based on Bible, which I mean has the absolute power to cover those kinds of tragedy. This piece was performed by Continuum, New York Continuum,
yes,
in World Music Days in Seoul. The director is the first time he rejected to perform this piece because his player is half Japanese and half American lady,
yes,
the excellent cellist. Then she didn't mention about this piece. He just overprotected
yes,
the cellist. So he said, "Oh, I have a half Japanese player and I can play this." And he just rejected. And I tried to convince him. Then finally, I explained the story. I wasn't very impressed by Japanese novelist with his crying and his confession. Then his mind was opened, and
yes,
they played that song. In Korea, we have very rich traditional music, with a long history. But in Western style music, the Koreans are kind of the new country. Until the 1960s, it's kind of late romantic music. It's just following the Western style, like far behind the contemporary. After 1970s, there was the movement to find to catch the word like a contemporary style, and so it was like a very busy way for Korean composers. Then in 1980s, some composers, especially they called the third generation, they still have the colleagues and concerts in their groups. They thought, who am I? Then what kind of music I have to express to Korean society? So they try to find something Korean thing. Then that is very important for them, and that it was big kind of a revolution for Korean composers and especially to students. Korean music is very necessary for Korean composers, but the expression, the output should be kind of various things, not just this type or this type. So in that point, if they consider my music, and they think my music is not Korean music, but I think it's my music is Korean music, not only Korean music, but human beings' music.
yes,
Being natural is very important to my music. And I mean being natural is being very enjoyable and very playable. So after this period in late 19th, I have on the series called Nori. It's Korean word, it means play. So I tried music. It's very enjoyable to the listener, and second to the players, and thirdly to myself as composer, to the composers. Here I can find good musicians and good contemporary ensembles, and it's very good chance to for me to express my music. One of the most important things for composers is to imagine freely what they think, what they imagine. But in Korea, when I try to compose, especially for orchestra music, okay, this section should be very difficult for a player, so okay, I will rewrite like this. It's kind of censorship, yes. But now I had much less censorship, and also I have very natural feeling to communicate with musicians when I have concert. So it's wonderful for me.